Late night bites with friends? Already hard to beat. That first too hot bite of fries you couldn't wait for, followed by ice cold Pepsi. Now that hits different. Suddenly, the energy kicks back in, the night goes longer, and the laughs don't stop. Because Pepsi brings out more flavor, more fun, and more of the moment. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar today.
Yeah, might want to download that Exxon Mobile Rewards Plus app. Yeah.
Are you the Exxon Tiger?
I am. Yeah, new users can earn $10 in points, $5 after your first purchase and $5 after your second. That's a lot. That's a whole lot.
It is.
Well, hey, you get on that download, buddy.
I will.
Loading. Download the Exxon Mobile Rewards Plus app and join today. Exxon. Trust the Tiger.
For details, visit ExxonOffer.com.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
This one goes out to all my ladies, all my multitasking mamas who need energy to show up at work and at home, all my empty nest explorers who need a little gut health support for the journey ahead. AG1 is the daily health drink designed to support whole body health with over 75 essential nutrients and pre- and probiotics, so you can make the most of every day and every decade. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
Cozy season is ahead, and you'll be spending way more time inside. Is your home ready? Don't worry. With Wayfair, you can upgrade your space without breaking the bank. Score up to 70% off during their Labor Day clearance on furniture, area rugs, mattresses, and more. Plus, surprise flash deals you can't miss. Whether it's one room or the whole house, Wayfair has pieces for every style and budget.
Shop Wayfair's Labor Day clearance now through September 7th at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home. Dance. If you wanna travel tonight, dance, just dance. If you wanna travel with me,
hey, what's up, fam, and welcome back again to Recap Kickback presents the Rock of Love Kickback here on recapkickback.com. That's right, it's me, your host, Chappell, and I'm back again to talk to you about another episode in our Flavor of Love Cinematic Universe rewatch series. For the people who are new here, I have seen all of this universe, but my co-host here has not seen any of it prior to this rewatch series, and so we've been taking her through Flavor of Love Season 2, I Love New York, Charm School, and now we have landed on Rock of Love to find out what Chantele thinks about Rock of Love episode 6. Chantele, welcome back.
Thank you for having me. As usual, I'm getting sad that it's kind of getting towards the end, but I'm excited to see how this one ends. And I'm also already looking forward to what comes next. Like, that is kind of what's also really fun about this entire journey, is that I don't really know what's coming next. And so it's just like all of it is just like a big surprise party every season. So it's great.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that part too, because I know, and much of our listeners do know what's coming up next. We know what's kind of coming down the way. We know the exciting things that are coming, but we know that it's also kind of fun to watch Chantele navigate and make her own predictions and see what you think is coming up next. And so I've very much been enjoying this, obviously talking to you about these ridiculous shows, but also with our live chat here on YouTube and Twitch. You can join the conversation on Sundays during Sunday school. We record roughly in the hours between noon and 4, depending on the week.
Hey,
listen, we're flexible
this is
here.
Our Sunday school, okay?
It's flexible
no
here.
Rules.
Yeah, no rules here. This ain't Charm School. And so
it's relax.
We're having a good time. Yeah, so if you can catch it. If you can't, it's okay. We're available on podcast and on YouTube. So you can always subscribe to the podcast, recapkickback.com/subscribe or youtube.com/@recapkickback, and join our 3,000 plus subscribers here on Recap Kickback. Okay, I do have to say though,
So I'm like about not being spoiled. I'm trying to find the text right now, but it's kind of pertinent still to what's going on because Big Brother is airing right now, and
Okay.
whoever is handling Barrett's big Instagram, they were started watching Recap Kickback, the Flavor of Love.
Okay.
And so they ended up tagging like your like Recap Kickback, something about it, whatever. They tagged it and tagged me. I don't know if they tagged you as well. So I responded to this tag. So I need to find this first. So just so you can see what had happened here. Well, it's just kind of funny. So okay, let me find the beginning of it. So this was the story or whatever that he had tagged, okay? And it says, I'm like, oh my God, I missed this story because I didn't see it until after. And he's like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing, Chantele. I was trying to post this to my story and accidentally put it on Barrett's. So whoever it is that's covering Barrett's channel, okay? I'm like, oh, what was it? And then it was that image, whatever. And it was the Flavor of Love season 1, something like that, Kickback. I was saying I was supposed to be keeping up with Taryn's live feed updates, but have been binging this instead, which was us, and as it was being advertised on the show. And I'm like, yay, that's not embarrassing. Come and hang with us. He's like, it's so fun to revisit Flavor of Love. I'm like, right now we're on to Rock of Love, which I haven't seen either. And then they were like, Rock of Love Bus season 3 is incredible. I'm like, oh, what? I'm like, oh, don't tell me anything. Chappell will be mad. I'm like, I don't know what's coming up. And he's like, are you doing the spinoffs like Charm School and Love Money as well? I'm like, stop. Wait, what? We already did Charm School. I'm like, we're going in order and I don't know what's next. Please stop spoiling me, LOL. And he's like, I haven't spoiled anything. I'm like, you said that there was a Rock of Love Bus season 3 and I Love Money. I'm like, oh, the existence of a series is a spoiler. I'm like, my bad. I thought you knew the catalog. I'm like, I did not have VH1 in Canada, so I've been guessing about what's next. He's like, oh gosh, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. She's like, I'm on episode 4 of your Flavor of Love season 1 contact. I'm like, it's not the biggest deal, but please don't tell me anything else. LOL. And like, not a problem. And I was like, we did Flavor of Love season 1 and 2, then I Love New York, then Charm School. Now we're on Rock of Love. We're doing the catalog in order of when it was released, and I don't have any idea which season or show is next. And he hearted that. So well, I just need to bring that to your attention. I didn't want to feel like I was lying to you or anybody in the chat. I just want you to know where I stood with my knowledge of what could be coming next.
And that's fair. And I appreciate you telling me. Now, also fair, this is a large, vast universe, and we will not be going through every spinoff. And so I can guarantee you right now, there will be no Rock of Love Bus season 3 for you. That's not a thing.
That's like, oh no, extra homework, extra work.
That's not a thing. If we get to Rock of Love Bus season 3, something has gone completely wrong. Okay,
it's like 2045.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry. Okay, there are definitely things that are coming, but it's okay. Keep the spoilers to a minimum in the chat, in the comments, in the Instagram DMs. Daniel and pointing out, Barrett, you're in trouble, girl.
Yeah, Barrett. I get a call out and he's getting spoiled. Like,
there you go. But yeah, but some of that stuff might come up. Some of it will not. I can guarantee you, Rock of Love Bus season 3 is not on the radar. Okay. So let's get into what we are going to talk about, and that is here, Rock of Love episode 6, the Tour Bus Challenge. Chantele, what did you think about this episode overall?
I mean, I love all episodes. What's really funny about watching it is just like how basic and like cheap these challenges are. I'm like, I feel like it's like an org. You know what I mean? Like that my friend created the challenge that we're doing, which I think it's a little bit endearing. Obviously nowadays, like we've kind of amped up the budgets and all that stuff. But I appreciate the homemade feel of the season and the challenges. So obviously I enjoyed it. I'm like, ooh, that could be kind of fun. Should we do like a Rock of Love org?
We could definitely recreate these challenges because, like you said, they're dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap, like so easy. I love it. It's like making too. My eyes and my like everything percolate, you know, because sometimes I have hosted some live reality games before. Actually our production was a little bit higher than this, but I can take some ideas and some inspiration for sure.
Okay, Michael Horn and Daniel in the chat are both saying, boo. Okay, don't exclude Rock of Love Bus. It's such a hot mess. If the people want it, we might give the people what they want, but I don't want Chantele to get her hopes up about getting that deep into the lore, because there are definitely some titles that I'll throw at you between now and the end of this where I'll say, Chantele, you can know this is coming, but just know it's never going to happen, okay?
Like, what else? Give me just one. If you
I got one. For the Love of Ray J.
Oh, wait, I remember hearing this title.
And that's okay, because that's all you will hear, because we're not talking about it here on this podcast.
Though people used to mistake me for Brandy when I was growing up.
Come on, mistake you for Brandy. I mean, that's a good reason why we would cover it, but it's not in the universe that we're expanding right now. No.
He asked me for my autograph because they thought I was Brandy.
Daniel in the chat says, "Oh yeah, skip that one." See, that's what I'm saying, Chantele. The universe is vast, but everything will not be done here. For sure. So yeah, I can say I might throw some more at you between now and the end of this entire thing, just so you can get a glimpse of some of the stuff you are going to miss. But yeah, that one, Rock of Love Bus season 3, it ain't happening. Okay, so
it's funny though. I do think I remember hearing that title of For the Love of Ray J. I don't think I've seen any of it.
A hot mess. A hot ass mess. Yeah. All you have to do is yell out danger. She smashed the homies, and you will see the people who know, they know. So
okay, I don't know. I didn't see the show.
And that's okay. So Rock of Love episode 6, the tour bus challenge, is mostly challenge. We get the girls having to step it up because there are a few people that Brett says he doesn't really know that well. He says, I need to see more of Magdalena and Mia. And to that, Chantele, I said, yeah, me too. Because who are they?
Who?
Yeah, Mia.
Who? Like,
Mia?
what, the final, 6, 7?
Six?
Like, I have no
6.
idea who these people are. But I'd say Mia, I don't know, it's just because I'm starting to see her more in the episode, or she's starting to remind me of somebody that I've seen on TV more recently. Like, it's like, is she on, like, am I thinking she reminds me of Janet from the Valley? I'm like, is that what it is? Or like a mix between Janet and Michelle? Like, I don't know. She's starting to look familiar, and I don't know if it's just because she's been on the show more. And I'm like, oh, she looks like somebody that was on episode 1, and like it just, or if she's looking like somebody else. Like, I don't know what it is, but she's looking more familiar.
I think that you're correct about the second part for sure. We've only seen this woman in glimpses, and now for sure she's getting screen time that we did not know about this lady. I don't know. I don't watch the Valley, so I'm not familiar with the other people that can see. But I like you, have gotten to this point where I'm like, oh, look, it's Mia. Where's she been? I wonder what she thinks. So yeah, Brett wants to see more of her, and I guess we will in this challenge. This challenge being a road challenge, because Brett says I spend 6 to 9 months on the road, and I need to find a girl that can handle my lifestyle on the road and who can hang with me. Chantele, could you handle the on the road lifestyle? I mean, you're in on the air lifestyle typically.
Yes, I could definitely handle it on the road lifestyle. I don't know if I've told you this before. I know I always have something I'm going to have to
go on.
But okay, so when I was about 21, I was hired to promote this magazine across Canada. So our sponsors was Bacardi, PlayStation, and Dior facial line. And we'd go to every major university across Canada. So we were on a tour bus, and we started in Moncton, like all the way northeast Canada, and we traveled all the way around on the tour bus. Every once in a while, we'd stay in like a hotel for like 2 nights, whatever. Then we get on the tour bus, we'll drive for 2 days, we'd sleep on this bus for like 2 days, and then we'd stay in a hotel. And so we did this for about a month as we traveled across Canada. So I've done it before, and it wasn't very difficult, because like when you get to like, a hotel, you do all your laundry, and like then you get back on the bus, and like you have like your own little like your little boot, like your little bunk bed, your little area with all your stuff, and like it was a vibe. And yeah, it's a Bacardi party in every city, Bacardi. But the hard part about it, because it was sponsored by Bacardi, was the fact that I got sick of rum and cokes. By the end of it, I was drinking rum and tonic. I was like, I need to taste different. I need to taste different, please.
I need to feel something. I need to feel
That's where
something.
I got.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely had a little rum and coke phase for a little bit. Rum just doesn't do it. It's fine.
It's
it just doesn't do what I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't get me where
That's
I
why I
need to
wish
go.
that you were a tequila guy, you know?
I used to be. I used to back in my day. Okay, me and 1800. Me and 1800 used to get down. Okay, that was to be my nice little fancy bottle. I used to drink out of the little cap. I used to pour it in there like a little. Yeah, I was in it. I love the beer Rita. You know, like a margarita with a beer stuck in it. Like loved it. But now, you know, I don't drink nothing lighter than me. It's got to be dark liquor, or I'm not gonna be there.
Interesting. Do you know what song we sang like the whole time? Like the anthem of our tour was okay. I don't remember who sang it. Was it Brand Van? It might have been Brand Van, but it was like party, 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 get fucking loaded. I want to be a star and be a da da da. I think it might be Brand Van. Anyways, like used to sing that song the whole time. And because he gets so bored, this is in like 1999, okay, guys, or maybe 2000. It was a long time ago. And we got really bored. Like we didn't have like cell phones, or if I did, it was like AAA, BBB if I wanted to text something. So we were playing Would You Rather the entire time. So you know, Would You Rather, right? Like people are like, would you rather this or this? And so at that time, there was like a book of Would You Rather. So we went through the whole book of like the typical Would You Rathers. But then we got so creative because like it's been a month together. Like, you know, would you rather have like ears for eyes or whatever? Like we went through all of those. But at one point we got to like, would you want like hooves for hands and like would you want wheels for feet? Like we're just Anyways, that was my 21 or so. Yeah, had a good time. So get fucking loaded and hooves for hands.
Yeah, we used to play a game similar to that. It was like you could buy it in a box, but like a little board game, but it was called What the Fuck. And they asked you questions and you had to answer the question. And if you had to guess what the other person answered or something like that. And if you got it wrong, you had to take 1, 2, or 3 drinks or whatever, 3 shots. And so you play with 5, 6 people, you could take 15 shots before it's your turn the next time. And so it had gotten real, but the questions were very similar. Like, would you rather have, teeth in your butthole or, a tongue on in the middle of your forehead, something like that?
Would you rather have like vomit for breath or for saliva or like vomit for sweat? And I was like, exactly. What would you rather, vomit for saliva or vomit for sweat?
Vomit for. Yeah, I don't know.
It's gotta be saliva, right? It's gotta be saliva.
You mess up your teeth. I don't really like you get. I don't want the. Yeah, I don't want that. But then you don't want to just
like always be like sweating, like vomit. Whatever you see.
I my allergies start to act up. This got nasty. I don't have an answer for that. And listen, when you didn't have an answer for that, you also had to drink in What the Fuck. And so that's how I kept it interested. So
get your drink on, Chappell.
We were really, really drunk back then. But again, that's a past life. I don't live that life anymore. I would love to be able to, but physically my body just doesn't do well with that. My body also would not do well with life on the road. I just don't like being confined to spaces. Like I'm the type where if the bus stops, I'm getting off the bus. I'm getting off the bus, I'm going, and you have to come find me when it's time to go. You've been around with me, you know me. I get lost on purpose. I do it and I do it well. And so I like for people to come grab me and say it's time to go. That's kind of my jam. And if you're expecting me to be able to do that on a bus, it would be difficult. Now in this challenge, these girls have to, in a parking lot, pretend like they're going city from city for Bret Michaels as they would be on his tour, and they're going to do a challenge at every stop, and it's almost like Big Brother knockout style, where one person is drawn at random, they get to pick their opponent, and then they will go up against that person in these various challenges. These challenges, they seem kind of fun. They were a little nasty, some of them, but for the most part, like you said, very cheap, very easy. I think this episode probably took about $40 to produce.
Do you think $40 like back then?
They had to pay for the gas.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The only thing they paid for was the gas. Because for the first little challenge, it was their own clothes, right?
Yeah, so challenge number 1, Jess gets drawn randomly, and she decides to pick Magdalena because their challenge is going to be athletic, and she thinks that she can out-athlete her. And so the challenge is this. Both of their suitcases have been thrown out into the parking lot, and they have to pack their own suitcase, zip it up, and stick it back on the bus in order to win that round. The person who does it the slowest will be eliminated from that round. Chantele, to me, this feels like a challenge that's right up your alley because you pack so much and so often.
Well, the key is usually to roll things, right? So everything will probably be evenly rolled and placed, whatever. So I don't know how quick I would be at packing if everything was all strewn about, but probably faster than the average person because, when you're getting ready and you have to be downstairs at a certain time for check-in, I tend to always be like, oh my God, when did it become the last 5 minutes? And then I start like, zip it up. So I've actually gotten better at that now, is that I make sure that I'm completely packed the night before. So in the morning, I just have to put in like whatever I slept in, and like my slippers, you know what I mean, into my bag. Yeah. And so I don't know how good I'd actually be at this actual challenge because my clothes are usually neat when I need to zip it up.
See, I'm a packing cube guy now. I've become one of those people. Like it really changed my life.
That's good. That's good.
I didn't think I needed those at first, right? Because I'm very like low maintenance when it comes to travel. Like I put a backpack on and go. I love being able to do that. But then in the last few years, we've been taking these trips all across the country to do these RJP events, and we're there for 3 or 4 days sometimes, and we got all this different stuff planned. We got daytime things, brunch things, nighttime things, like all this kind of stuff. So I've been packing more. And then my shoes. After 2020, I really became a shoe guy, and shoes take up so much space. So I had to figure out a way to save space. The Packing Cube has changed my life. If this was a sponsorship, this would be sponsored by Packing Cubes because
sorry, maybe we should do this. Let's put together a proposal for Packing Cube.
We need to put a proposal together for a lot of things. Let's get some money coming through this podcast, okay? Let's figure it out. Let's get some sponsors. But for me, Packing Cubes have saved my life. I just get them in the cube, like you said, roll them up, stick them in the cube, and then they just save so much space. So all that to say, Chantele, I'd be so bad at this because I am not a good packer at the last minute. I forget everything all the time. I'm always on any given trip going to the mall or to the store. You've been with me before where I'm like, I need to buy a belt. I can't function like this. And so I'm more in the Magdalena camp here or the Jess camp here because I would have lost. Jess does have an early lead, but Magdalena ends up beating her. And this leaves her sitting on the bus stop as the rest of the challenge goes on. What did you think about this challenge? Huh? Yeah, what did you think about that?
Just leaving her, just be like, bye. Leave her on the side of the road. I obviously it's fun. It's easy. It's not. It was like physical. Like I don't really like that. I think this was like a good, fun, easy challenge that you could see on any of these shows nowadays. It kind of reminds me of they didn't do it. Actually, I'll talk about it for the next challenge. Yeah, no, I liked it. It was fine. Also, though, for me, I wouldn't have as much. Well, maybe if I was on one of these shows, but like when I'm packing, even if I'm going away for like a month, I will only bring a carry-on. I do not feel like wasting any time waiting for a large bag or for a large bag to get lost. Like I will do my best to bring a carry-on and make it all fit in that carry-on. And if I need something else, I will buy it. But yeah. And so the key is to pack outfits, not items, right? You got to buy like this one outfit. This is a full outfit. Okay, this is a jacket that I could wear with multiple outfits. And so outfits, not items, is the way to pack, and it helps me a lot because then I can get everything in a carry-on. So I think I'd do well because I probably would have a lot less items in this challenge to be working with, and so I could just probably get them in pretty quickly.
Yeah, big shout out to Daniel for the sponsorship, $5 for the sponsorship to make Sunday School make it happen. Okay, love it. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Now, my issue is that when I go on trips, I typically come back with more clothes than I came with. And that's
then you buy another little carry-on, right?
My toxic trait. Yeah, my toxic trait is that I put a bag in my bag because I know on the way back I'm gonna need more space. It's not great for me.
I do carry a bag with me, an extra bag.
Yeah, you need one. You need one. Okay. So next stop on this trip, they just left New York. They're still in the parking lot, but they just left New York. They're on their way to Philly, and Magdalena is chosen again, but this time at random, and she chooses Sam to go up against her, and the two have to change in what are called rock changing rooms. Chantele, have you ever changed in a porta potty?
Absolutely not. I really don't. But have I? No. But I'll tell you a story about a porta potty.
I love that.
So when I was younger, I also used to be a little bit of a raver. I used to love going to raves, and my friend's boyfriend was at this rave, and he dropped his wallet by accident in the toilet of a porta potty, and he reached in and took it out.
It would have been lost forever.
We had to leave.
It would have been lost forever. It would have been lost forever. I'd have never. I would rather leave my social security number and my wallet and my ID and all that kind of stuff on a countertop in a random location at the mall than reach into a toilet and get my wallet. Oh my God. At a rave. Oh my God. Like if I had to get it, then I need to get it and putting it in a plastic bag. And I put that plastic bag in another bag and I'm wrapping it up and I'm tying it up and I'm leaving the rave. Like that's the end of the day. Because I have to go take that and figure out a way to save my things from just bursting into flames.
So disgusting.
That's so nasty.
I don't. So you wouldn't. Well, you said what you'd do. I think I would reach in. I'd be screaming. I'd be like, so gross. I'm not really a fan of porta potties. I try my best not to have to use them because they just are so nasty. You know?
Yeah. Lacey Mack said, I've changed in the porta potty and it was unpleasant. And Melissa said, this is another case where I think I'd have to leave the earth. Yeah. She's going to leave the earth when she has vomit coming out of her pores and also when her wallet touches the I mean, I just can't even talk about it. I don't even like airplane restrooms. They're just too tight.
God, people do love them though. Oh,
I don't. I will hold it for hours on a flight before I actually get up and like, I can't do it, y'all. I can't. So this is no go for me.
Yeah, I did a stand-up class. Did I tell you about this before?
You told me you did a stand-up class.
Did I ever send you my set?
No, you didn't send me your set, but you did tell me that you had to go to California for your final exam.
I did, yes, for my showcase. But I talked a lot about passengers and etiquette and stuff like that on airplanes. And I have a big problem with the fact that people like how they use these washrooms. Like, first of all, they use it with bare feet.
First of all, I wear slides on the plane anyway. Okay, so I'm never going to be barefoot because I bring slip-on shoes for the plane. It's plane travel 101. You know, you don't have to be in uncomfortable shoes, but you do need to have on shoes.
I talk about people that decide to go against traffic so they can go to the washroom as soon as they get on the plane. Like they're in like the spacious bathrooms in the airport, like that are cleaned on the regular scheduled maintenance. And you wait until you get on the plane. Like they've been there for 3 hours until they're on the plane to go all the way to the back of the aircraft to use the lavatory upon boarding and then fight traffic and go against the grain to get back to their seat. Like it's infuriating. We're just like,
no.
So yeah, I don't like airplane bathrooms either. I work on an airplane and I try my best not to use it.
Yeah, porta potties are just nasty in general. Like they don't have enough, like you said, they don't have enough scheduled maintenance. So somebody can go in there, blow it up, do all kinds of crazy shit, and then the next person just comes in and has no choice but to use it. And then God knows when the next person is going to come in and actually clean it. And whoever that person is, you're the strongest. You're one of God's strongest soldiers because the fact that you have to go in there and clean that shit up is
no pun intended.
No pun intended. Even this porta potty, right? That's set up for a challenge. It still looked nasty. They said it stank in there. There was toilet paper everywhere.
Like even a new porta potty, I don't think is clean. Like you know what I mean? Like it just
don't feel right.
It's just too small, too odor containing. Like it's just too nasty. It's nasty.
Yeah, and the outfit they had to change into was very interesting as well. It was like a corset, a tiny little t-shirt blazer, some crotchless onesie with high heeled strappy shoes that you had to tie behind the your ankle twice. And those were very specific rules because it does look like Magdalena is going to win this, but she didn't tie the laces on her shoes twice. And so Sam's the winner. Yeah. What do you think about this outfit choice? Why are they dressing like this?
I mean, I didn't understand like the little top on top. I think like a full lace cat suit. It's pretty sexy. It's pretty hot. The crotchless part is where I kind of had problems with. Like crotchless in a porta potty, and then later, not to spoil it, but crotchless in a dumpster. I'm just like, it just feels like not areas that you want to be crotchless for that long, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, it's probably typical to have your crotch out in a porta potty, but not in a dumpster.
Momentarily, but I feel like
in and out.
It's momentarily.
Yeah. Which is funny that you pointed out, because Sam does end up winning this challenge, but now she also is wearing crotchless clothes for the remainder of these challenges. And next up, they're in Detroit. Lacey is going to choose Sam because she says, Sam just got out of this challenge, so she's probably a little worn out. And they have to jump in a dumpster to find Brett's guitar pick. I would not do this.
Would I do it?
I would not do this. I would be like, no.
I would.
I wouldn't do it.
I would, but I would be kind of yelling and complaining about it. Like I'd probably be a little obnoxious.
I could not. I can't even lie and say I would.
Be disqualified?
I think so. Because I think my issue is that, and this is a struggle that I have, like a mental block. When something becomes garbage, I can't touch it anymore. Like for instance, let's say I have a waste bin, right? And it has a liner in it. And the first piece of trash I throw in there is a spoon. And I realize, oh no, that's my actual spoon. I need that. And I know that nothing else has been in there except for plastic and the bin. It is going to take so much effort of mine to grab that spoon and get it out of the trash can. I know there's no trash in it. I know. But my heart says the moment it touches that, it's like it's lava. I can't touch it anymore. Like, it's so nasty. And I'm like that so much.
No 5-second rule.
Not with the trash. Now, don't get me wrong. On the ground, I can pick it up. Not even think about it. Like you said, 5-second rule. The king of the 5-second rule for a little bit. But the moment it touches a trash bag, I'm like, that's done.
What garbage. About the ground around a trash? Like, not necessarily your home trash can, but like in like a restaurant or like even like a dumpster. What about the ground around a dumpster?
I would rather be on the ground around the dumpster than the actual inside the dumpster. In 100 times out of 100. It's the same. I think to me it's the same thing with a bathroom floor. Like, I can be in the bathroom, but if I have to touch the floor of the bathroom at any point, I'm like, wait a minute, what is that? Like I dropped it on the floor in the bathroom. Hey, I can grab it, but it's gonna take a lot of energy. So I don't know.
Food doesn't go in the bathroom usually.
Food cannot go in the bathroom. No, right. It cannot touch the same air as the bathroom at all. Like
the same air.
Like it can't do it. Like if I will. No. Like. We were just talking about airports, right? You're at the airport, you have all your stuff, you're walking through the airport. Hey, I need to use the restroom real quick. I have to now stop and finish whatever this drink is in my hand because it cannot come in the restroom with me. It cannot. It just because the moment it does, the air is toxic in there. I can breathe it, the drink can't touch it.
It's true though. It's not supposed to mix. Bathroom and kitchen are not supposed to mix.
And like that's. So the chat is kind of backing me up. Michael Horn says, I'm the same way. Lacey Mack says, once it enters the trash can, there is no turning back. Exactly. There could be nothing in the bag except that one piece of trash. And it is now off limits. Yeah. Matt Scott, who did not call or text me back, says, I'm not trying to put my mouth in the trash. That would even be worse. But yeah, I'm not a germaphobe. It's just the trash can itself is where kind of like, I don't know. I can't do it.
Wait, but Michael Horton is a germaphobe and can't touch the table or placemat.
Oh, no, see, no, that's a fair game. As long as it doesn't touch something that I think is in here. One time, okay, Chantele, one time when I think I told you this story before. When I was in high school, I licked $1 one time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, in the moment, I didn't care because it was, I needed the $1. It had barbecue sauce on it.
Oh.
No. It had barbecue sauce on it and I needed the $1. I needed to spend it. And so I was like, God damn it. And so I just got the barbecue sauce off the $1. And everybody around me looked like they were about to vomit. And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, do you know how much a $1 goes through before it gets to your hands? And in that moment, I was like, damn, I'm a menace. Like, I can't, like, there's no coming back from this. I'm probably going to die. Like, I just started to question everything. But when I tell you that did not bother me at all. But if you told me to touch the trash bag inside the trash bag.
Even if you needed the dollar?
If I need a dollar, I'm getting it out. But at that point, the dollar is going like far away from me.
So you're like putting on like hazmat suit to like get this dollar out, and you're taking it immediately to be spent. Like
it needs to be. I have to pass it off to someone else.
This is where it came from. Is from Chappell not being able to touch a dollar.
The nearest vending machine is getting that dollar. It's so quickly. I don't know how. Now Thundercats being like, I don't know how you survived. Look, I was young. You know, when you're young, you could just you're invincible. Now today, you could not pay me to do that again, but I definitely did it without thinking about it because I needed that dollar. I was very poor and I needed to drink.
I was pretty young. I was probably like maybe 10, and my brother was 6. And we were like, my mom was reading the newspaper, and like we had money, but like there's money on the table, I think it was, or something. Anyways, we were eating food, and my mom was trying to say like, you shouldn't like be like, money is so dirty, like you shouldn't be like having money, and like wash your hands if you're going to be eating food, and like you've been touching money and newspapers. And she's like holding a newspaper while she's like giving us this lesson, and I'm like, and she's like, well, I'm not eating right now, but I get your point.
Yeah.
But money and newspapers are dirty. You don't want them to,
Yeah, money's really bad because it goes through everything, right? Pockets, trash cans.
Well, our money's better now, I would say. Like, I feel as though like paper money holds a lot more nastiness. I feel.
Yeah,
our money's plastic.
For sure. Oh right? Yeah, no, our money's like paper points. And it's got fibers in it. Yeah, it's carrying it all, and
it has that. Your guys' money has a specific smell too. I know what American dollar smells like. It's very unique.
Exactly. So don't taste it, y'all.
Money is run through.
So this is nasty, but Sam is determined to win, and she ends up finding the guitar pick. She says there is no limit for what she would do for her man. Chantele, what do you think about Sam so far? Because it's going to be an interesting episode for her, for sure. She's going through an emotional roller coaster on this show.
I always forget how young these people are. Like, what, she's 22? Like, she's young. Like,
she's relatively young, yeah, for sure. She's not the youngest. I think Jess is the youngest in the house, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. But like still young, like only a couple years away from being a teenager. You know what I mean? Right. And so I always have to kind of remember that, like, because they all are acting a little seemingly more mature than their actual ages. And so I don't mind her. She is kind of quiet. She is quite reserved. Like, I don't know that she really wants Brett, or like why I don't really get why she's there. Like, she's not that forthcoming with her feelings and stuff like that, but I don't mind her. Like, I'm not like Lacey that's like, I gotta get her out, she's terrible, she's awful, she doesn't want to be, I don't know if she wants to be here, but like, I'm not gonna pull a Lacey on her.
Yeah, we'll get to Lacey soon enough. So next up, they have to go to Nashville, the home of Big John, and Heather is drawn, and she's going to pick Mia because she thinks Mia is weak. They have to set up an amp and guitar equipment, and whoever can get it to make sound the first time would win. Now, I could do this a million times out of a million. I've talked about this before. I have a guitar. I've played a lot of musical instruments in my day. This is not easy peasy. Chantele, you just got to make sure you plug it in.
You have to make sure you plug it in. Like, that's the key to everything. You need to see a light turn on. Like, you need follow the chords and follow the power.
Yeah.
So I think I'd be okay with this. Like, I don't know if I've ever done this before, but I've been in bands. Like, I kind of understand the function of needing power to supply things.
Yeah. This should not be that hard. Brandy M, though, sees this challenge through the window of the bus, and she says, oh, I probably wouldn't be good at this, so let me just lie. And she starts casually talking about like, oh, I'm really good with electronics and this, that, and other. And so Heather doesn't even pick her. Heather ends up picking Mia here, and Brandy M is able to tell us like, yeah, that was my strategy because I didn't want to do this. And I thought like, we didn't see a ton of strategy in Flavor of Love season 1. But now that we've gotten kind of the feel for what this format is, the girls are here to play now, Chantele. They're doing strategy and making alliances. It's a very different game than it was in Flavor of Love season 1 and 2.
Absolutely. It's definitely stepped up a notch. And I think we talked about it before, but it's probably after season 6, right? I think season 6 was 2006, if I'm not mistaken, of Big Brother. And that season, like, everybody wanted to be Janelle. Like, she was like winning all these things. And I feel like it's around the same time that it might have been inspired by that. And so I'm sure they all just want to be like comp beasts because of Janelle and her influence.
Yeah, and it's the only way to get a one-on-one date, you know. So Mia ends up beating Heather because she cannot remember how to plug in the thing. They both forget until Big John reminds them, like, you need electricity for this to work. And so Mia ends up going on to the next round, which is actually crazy because we still don't know anything about Mia. Brandy M is going to pick Mia. Then on the next round, they're in Seattle, and they have to fix the words to "Every Rose Has Its Thorn" by Bret Michaels, because sometimes on the road he is drunk. And so this is another portion of like some things that he goes through on the road. I guess as his woman, you would have to be able to whisper the lyrics to him if he's singing and can't remember them because he's been tipsy.
I love them trying to qualify the reason for this challenge. There's no way that he's forgetting the words to his song because he's drunk. But okay. I don't like, I kind of know I think I would be able to figure out the words, but maybe I wouldn't know the order necessarily.
Do you know the words to the song?
Thorn.
Yeah.
Every cowboy sings a song, a sad, sad song. I don't know, something like that.
You're almost there. Yeah. I mean, every rose has its thorn. Every night has its dawn. Every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every road has its thorn.
Okay. See, I only remember the cowboy line. Like every night has a dawn. That's a good line. That's a nice line.
Yeah.
I might put it the other way around though.
Yeah, it's a nice song. Now, if you're a fan of Bret Michaels, you should know the song, right? But I think that some of these women have already identified that they are not fans of Bret Michaels' music. Right?
With their lighter?
Yeah, no, that's the candles. Yeah, you got to hold your lighters up. Yeah, they kind of screwed this up. Mia did, at least. Brandy figures it out, and she says, "I don't know how you not know the words of his song." Now, I'm kind of with Brandy on this one. Would you think they would
be singing it in the house? So I feel like as though they all started quizzing themselves on his songs, right? Like at this point,
I don't think so. These people have not shown that much interest in his actual music. It seems like they are here for other reasons. If they care, you know, I think Jess was the one who said, "I've never heard him sing before." What? You never heard him sing and you showed up for this? You know, like, I mean, we assumed a bunch of those people on Flavor of Love had never heard Public Enemy.
The perfect lunch combo. That first bite of your favorite sub, followed by ice-cold Pepsi. Add a couple of friends, and now that's next level. Suddenly, the laughs get louder, the stories keep flowing, and the food tastes better. Because Pepsi brings out more flavor, more fun, and more of the moment. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar today.
Yeah, might want to download that Exxon Mobile Rewards Plus app. Yeah.
Are you the Exxon Tiger?
I am. Yeah, you know, new users can earn $10 in points, $5 after your first purchase and $5 after your second. That's a lot. That's a whole lot.
It is.
Well, hey, you get on that download, buddy.
I will.
Loading. Download the Exxon Mobile Rewards Plus app and join today. Exxon. Trust the Tiger.
For details, visit ExxonOffer.com.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
This one goes out to all my ladies, all my multitasking mamas who need energy to show up at work and at home, all my empty nest explorers who need a little gut health support for the journey ahead. AG1 is the daily health drink designed to support whole body health with over 75 essential nutrients and pre- and probiotics, so you can make the most of every day and every decade. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
Honey, did you invite the Minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
I think that's a little bit more, not obscure, but like I feel like it's a little, it makes a little bit more sense to not have heard of Public Enemy. I feel than Poison, because I feel like that was like all over the place. Like I feel like it was a more supported group, like on the radio, et cetera, than maybe Public Enemy. So I feel as though if I, who didn't specifically listen to his music, has an idea of what his song is, I think that they should too, right?
They definitely should. I think that they should. Like if Jess is in this challenge, how do you lose a challenge like this? Every rose has a story. Like you should know this one. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, identify Flavor Flav. Give us his top 3 identifiers, and you can't name the clock. Wow. What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of have to know the baseline of it. So Brandy,
Flavor Flav,
you got to know something, right? Did you see Mike Bloom on the red carpet with Flavor Flav?
We haven't talked about this yet, have we?
We talked about it on the podcast. Michael fucking Bloom has then gone off and hung out with Flavor Flav behind our backs.
Wait, we should have him on to have like a tell-all.
Right. We should have Michael Bloom. Why didn't you go get Flavor Flav for us? You should have said, hey, by the way, here's Recap Kickback. Here's their card. Chantele and Chappell, they're doing a deep dive. Can you does he got their contact information? How did this happen?
I don't know. Well, is he on the next season of Dancing with the Stars or no?
Mike Bloom?
Flav.
Oh, I don't know. I could see him doing it. Can you see him doing it?
Well, because like he did was a host, and like Mike has been doing all like he's been dancing with like Whitney Carson, and like he's doing all these. I feel like it's promo for the new season and like the next pro. Anyways, I was just thought it was in conjunction with Dance with the Stars, but I didn't fully listen to the interview.
Well, I found an article from People back in February that says Flavor Flav was actually approached to do Dancing with the Stars after he did his judging stint on Dancing with the Stars last season. Can you guess how old Flavor Flav is today or this year?
Today.
Yeah.
Wait, and also I want to know when his birthday is. Actually, will you tell me when his birthday is and not the date if it says?
Yeah, sure.
How old is Flavor Flav?
His birthday is March 16th.
Oh, he's a Pisces. Okay. I think Flavor Flav is 66.
He would have been 66 in February when this interview was done. He's 67 as of March.
Oh, I was going to say 67, but I was like,
yeah.
6'7".
Yeah. So yeah, Flavor Flav would be 67 years old if he were to go on Dancing with the Stars. I don't know if it's fair to Flav.
I mean, I'm sure he's still got some moves. No?
Oh, probably. He wouldn't be the oldest person we've seen on Dancing with the Stars either. But yeah. Would you tune in to watch Flavor Flav every week on Dancing with the Stars?
I watched Dancing with the Stars, so yes.
Yeah. So you're in anyway.
I'm in anyway. And I think this is gonna be a good season. Like Tatiana Ali is gonna be on there.
Yeah. Michael Horn said he would be the oldest on this cast by about 10 years. Yeah. And Thundercat says, wow. At least that's how I read it in my Flavor Flav voice. I miss him. I really, dang, I miss my boy Flav.
Is your long lost dad?
I think so. I think after doing this podcast with you, I think like, damn, like Brett's cool, but y'all tell he doesn't have the same.
I agree. I do.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's not coming through the way Flav was just bringing it. So Mia ends up finishing first, but she got the lyrics wrong. Brandy M ends up going on, and she's like, yeah, what kind of person doesn't know this song? The last performance or the part of the challenge is LA. They have to put on their safety gear and hurdle some ropes to get backstage or whatever. And Brandy M completely crushes Sam, who was just no match for her athleticism. She says Sam was fucked, and she was not wrong because Brandy M will easily go and win this challenge, and she's going to be the one to get the one-on-one date with Brett. Brandy M making a good episode out of here. I mean, she's always been a strong contender, I think, but this was a very good episode for her.
But also, though, I feel bad for Sam still having to be in that crotchless outfit.
In the crotchless outfit, yeah. At least she got to take off them ridiculous heels.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like, I feel like it is a little bit unfair that she's not to be able to be as comfortable, we'll say, as the other women were. But
yeah,
I digress.
And they come back to the house looking rough. Lacey's skirts like ripped up from trying to change clothes in that porta potty. They're covered in garbage. It's nasty all around. But Lacey has a plan. She said, "Oh, I've seen enough. Sam is competition, and Sam has a very clear weakness." Her and Heather talk, and they say her weakness is that she gets jealous very easily. She's jealous, she's weak, and she's fragile, and she's easy to crack. And so now they're going to go above and beyond to make sure that Sam gets upset by all the women around Brett because it's his birthday. And they do the party like a rock star thing. They bring in the cakes, there's stripper pole, there's Brett's boombox. They're having a good old time. Magdalena's outside because this ain't her scene. But Sam, the Sam that was so innocent, I'm not hanging with the horse. She's on the pole. She's shaking her ass. What do you think about when Sam got active?
I mean, okay, she wasn't bad dancing and like having fun on the pole. When she was like shaking her ass, like that was just odd because it was just like a wall moving up and down. Like there was nothing shaking. It was just like this.
The wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. She's shaking what she got. She could shake what her mama gave her.
It was nothing. Mama gave her nothing.
Not much. But she was trying, and it caught Brett's attention. Like you could tell that the other girls could tell that Brett was like, "Oh, Sam, that's a new level to her," because I think with the house kind of splitting between like these are the fun whores and these are the prudish good girls. I think that it kind of made a divide where only these people would be doing something like that. But now you're seeing some of them get a little bit looser now that all of the competition is gone.
I also just looked it up because I was like, I feel like Bret Michaels has a similar birthday to Flava Flav, and his birthday is March 16th. So maybe part of this is like they had to have a very closely similar birthday, and that's I don't know who other leads are going to be, but maybe the male leads, they have to be Pisces.
Yeah. So yeah, Bret Michaels is the 15th. Flav is the 16th. When is New York's birthday? You said she's like
she's a Capricorn. I think she's a Capricorn.
So that's different.
Like she's like New Year's Eve. No, I'm talking about the male leads. That's
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say if they got New York as a Pisces as well, that would have been so funny. So yeah,
no, I think she's a Capricorn. Let me look.
Sam is like really showing up this time, and of course, this is putting a bigger target on her back. Brett's out here kissing all the women, and then when Lacey and Heather see that Sam is getting a little attention, they go and they're grinding all up on him. They're kissing on him, and they're not wrong. Sam is such an easy target. It takes 2 seconds for her to get turned off, and then she takes off and goes to her room.
Yeah, she's really easily pushed. Her buttons are easily pushed because it's so clear that they're just trying to get under her skin, right? And like in this type of environment, I don't know if I would I be into him? If I was into him, maybe I'd just be like, at that point, I'd be like, ugh, I can't like see this anymore, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't feel like any of them are at the place where they would be feeling jealous for their feelings for Brett.
I mean, how do you think New York would handle being in the Sam spot?
Well, she'd like grab him and being like, "You're mine. I'm gonna kiss you," and start making out with him in front of everybody. Like I don't think she would leave the room. I think that she would enter the room.
No. My imagination of New York is her sitting outside, like with her cigarette. I just don't like when you talk to these whores, or she's like crying. You remember when she's like, they're going on the date and New York's crying like, "Flame, don't leave me." And he's like, "I gotta go talk to my New York." And yeah, she would. My point is that New York would fight back.
Try to get him to follow or check up on her.
Yeah, she would fight back. I remember that argument in the casino I think they had, and she's like, "Flame, no, leave me alone, no." And he's chasing after her, and the whole time I think it's maybe it's Delicious is like shaking her head like. It's so transparent. But the point is that she would fight back. New York understood the assignment. Sam is out here getting whooped.
Well, and like if she is going to storm out, at least have enough pull on him that he's gonna follow after you, right? Like she just slipped away, and like he probably did such as going to the washroom. You know what I mean? Like she didn't make it clear that she was upset by the situation, and she just didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, and Lacey and Heather can see the weakness starting to show on her. Brett is trying to sleep that next morning, and Lacey needs to make sure that she tells Brett all the bad things about Sam. So she's knocking on the door, and Magdalena's like, oh, here she goes again, all over this man. He can't even recover from his little hangover. But she's in there talking to Brett. She's like, you know what? Sam's not going to make it. She's so jealous, and she's not going to be able to deal with you being around other women. And she's so weak and fragile, and you're going to have to get rid of her. And even Brett starts thinking, maybe this lifestyle is too much for Sam.
I mean, it would be too much for me. Like, I wouldn't want to feel like I'm in competition all the time with like other women when you're on tour. So it wouldn't be the life that I'd be choosing for sure.
Yeah,
well,
Daniel
not for
points
Brett,
out.
I'm sorry.
Daniel
Maybe
points
Tommy
out that
Lee.
For Tommy Lee,
I think he's hotter than
Chantele.
Brett.
Okay.
You don't think he's hotter than Brett?
I don't really have a rooting interest.
Okay. I'm just
Brett's
saying.
kind of short.
It's kind of short. You kind of remember when he looks like a girl, like an old grandma.
Yeah, and then,
wearing like a cardigan.
And listen, not to be a size king over here, but when I was growing up, Tommy Lee had a reputation about himself. I don't know if you remember.
I do remember.
Yeah. Daniel points out that New York would be holding that knife like when Boots was flirting. And that's what I'm saying. New York, she's not going to go quietly. You know what I'm saying? We did. Matter of fact, Chantele, Matt Scott's in the chat. He sent me that gif of New York with that knife yesterday because he's a bully.
Oh my God, what's going on between you two? What happened?
He doesn't return calls and he sends me mean gifs with knives. So Lacey is waking Brett up. She's kind of pushing Brett to kind of looking at Sam a little differently. Brett goes to Sam and talks about it because he could tell she's withdrawing. And she's like, I'm just a private person and I don't really know who to trust. And so he's like, you're only supposed to trust me anyway. She's like, but how am I supposed to get close to you when you have all these girls between you? And she's making valid points. Like, you want her to give you all this trust, but you're kissing all over other women? I don't know, man. This sounds like a scam.
Sounds like a scam. And I'd have to be like, I gotta remember I'm on a TV show. I just want to get to the end and win. Like, I'd have to have a mantra of some sort to like, this is not real life. These are not real feelings. Like, just get to the end and win. Say what you need to say to get to the end and win. Like, I would be on mantra affirmations, like get my mindset in the game.
Yeah. Sam talks to Brett and says that she was in an abusive relationship at one point and she mistook abuse for love and told Brett that now she's on Prozac. And Brett can tell that maybe he needs to let Sam go, for her own mental health. Now, I really wish he had never told Brett that she was on Prozac because he's going to make some comments throughout this episode. I'm like, would you have said that if she had not said that she was on Prozac?
At that time, people weren't really PC. Like, if someone's telling you that, like, Prozac's an antidepressant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, that's not really something that you should be making fun of people for. Like, it's just not where I'd take the joke, I don't think. But back then, they just didn't care. They grabbed any joke that they could.
And to me, it wasn't even really a joke. So we'll talk about it. On the other hand, Brandy M is going on her date with Brett, and it's to a hockey game because she says she's very into men with sticks. And when they go on their date goes well. She talks about how guys are intimidated by her, and she mostly only hangs out with guys and lesbians. And Brett says, well, should I be worried? And she's like, no, I'm not going to turn gay. And I will have sex with a woman, but then I got to kick her out. And Brett's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So Brandy M clearly trying to make a big push for Brett's heart here. They end up on the Jumbotron, and I think they might have ended up on the kiss cam, but Brett's into it. He says she's like a woman who can change your tire, and then also you could have sex with her. And so that's really something that he's a fan of. Now, how do you feel?
It's on our meter. Yeah,
it might be. Yeah, I think this counts. Changing tires and it can go on the. I don't know if changing tires can go on the list, but it's up there.
But no, it's a combination. So
it's a combination
of being able to change a tire, and then also you want to sleep with them.
Yeah, exactly. Now, what do you think about hockey as a date? We talked about your interest in sports, and hockey is higher on the list than some other sports.
Hockey's higher on the list for sure. Because but the biggest problem with football was that I don't know the rules, so it's not interesting to me, right? Like if I learn the rules, like I could start getting behind it, and then if I started following a season of a team, like I could start getting behind it when we get to say the Super Bowl or whatever. But with hockey, I do know the rules a little better because I had to like play hockey growing up. You know, I'm in Canada. So I played floor hockey, ball hockey, all these hockeys. And I did live on a cul-de-sac. So, you know, like hockey and I had like, you know, anyways. I don't mind going to a hockey game. It's a little bit more fun. Like you can get like a hot cocoa and like, you know, it's a little cooler in there.
Mm-hmm.
I like hockey over football for sure. So it's not bad.
Yeah. Brandy M in her bisexual era just being like, nah, I'll have sex with them and leave them. I said, oh, Brandy M, like, dear God, you know, like, what about these women's feelings? So she don't care. And Brett doesn't really flinch. He's like, oh yeah, okay, I hear what you're saying. I feel like he's seen that one before. Now, back at the crib, the other women have been given an assignment, and I really like this. This reminds me of Flav telling the women, you got to find 2 names to put in the box. Y'all have to agree on it. And these 2 people, I'm going to be, you know, looking into more for elimination. We saw that season. This is even better. He says, I need you to create a list of all the reasons why each of you would be bad for me. Like what issue you would have with that person dating me. Each of you has to have somebody. Nobody just gets off completely free. And so the girls basically have to publicly talk about why they don't like somebody else. And Lacey, of course, is looking at this as a potential reason to rattle these other girls. And she's going to get a lot of names called to her. I just want to kind of go through the list of things people are going to say about Lacey. Sam calls her a nasty, mean, dumb, fucking C-word bitch. You know, me and the C word just don't get along. I'm not going to say it. I think Mia says Lacey is a complete, crazy, psychotic, cold-hearted bitch. Lacey is a dirty, sneaky whore who looks like she's possessed by devils. She's a freak. That's Magdalena. Jess says Lacey is manipulative and she's sick of it. You know, it's crazy we don't have Lacey on TV again. You know, it just feels like with all of this ire,
we don't.
I mean, not currently. Get House of Villain season 4. Get her in there. There's no reason why not to. If you can have all of these feelings about you on one episode,
I think that if Lacey is on the next season of House of Villains, it will be because of us.
I think so too. I think they might have called her for last season, but they're locking it in this time.
I think so. I think that her stock has risen. And I think that maybe they won't know what has happened, why she's so more visible, why is she being talked about right now. And I think it's because of us.
Yeah. So Heather says that, I guess the pushback against Heather is that people said they haven't seen who she truly is. They say that Mia isn't into him romantically. For Brandy M, who is not even there to defend herself, they say, well, Lacey says, do you really want to date somebody whose nickname is Blowjob? Apparently, Brandy M has told a story about how back at home, people call her Blowjob Brandy, and that is starting to take a mind for its own in the house. People call her BB sometimes. And now Lacey's saying, would you really want to date somebody named Blowjob Brandy? But she makes sure to say that behind Brandy's back.
Lacey, what a menace. You know, would you really want your girl to be called a see you next Tuesday?
Right.
Like
Psychotic. Right. Manipulative.
BITCH. Like,
yeah.
I feel like that's a lot worse than being known for giving some good head. Like,
right.
I think I'd rather be, you know, the blowjob girl over like what they call Lacey.
Right, for sure. Lacey sounds like an awful human coming through with all of this. But they have bad things to say about everybody. Except
Sorry,
for Jess,
Matt just said something funny. Michael said something funny.
Yeah, that's not the Brandy you get mistaken from. You get mistaken for Brandy C from earlier in the season.
No, Brandy.
That's my girl.
What's her last name?
Norwood.
Something Wood. Norwood.
Yeah. No, Brandy. Look, I gotta rank them. Brandy Norwood first, Brandy C, now Brandy M. I'm still partial to Brandy C. I love her. She going too soon. Yeah, with the baby stripper voice. Yeah,
baby stripper.
Yeah. The worst thing I have to say about Jess is that age and location. They say she's very young and she's far away from Brett. That's not so bad.
Where do we know where she lives? Like, I don't remember.
I don't think they ever really outline.
And when they say young, she's like over 20. Right?
I think she's 22 or 23. Like, she's very young compared to Brett. Brett's old enough to be her dad for sure.
Kind of nasty.
Yeah.
I said it was Nazi also with Flava Flav. You forget how young these girls are, but I'm like, when I was 20, when I was doing, okay, I'm gonna find a picture when I was on the brand van thing if I can.
New York was 23 on Flavor of Love. That's crazy. That's a baby. Oh, Jess is from Naperville, Illinois, and I believe Brett's home at that point was LA, and so that is it's a big jump. It's a big change. So I could see it, but that's not the worst thing in the world that people could say about you. So I could get why she's kind of she's feeling it. But all the women hate Lacey. Daniel says she was 24. He's 90% sure. So yeah, a baby still compared to Brett, a baby compared to Flav, a baby. Before eliminations, Brett does have to talk to these women. Brandy M's going to come in and she's asking them, what happened while I was gone? They said, we made this list of things to say, negative things about each other to give to Brett. And Lacey says, yeah, they tried to, I always said was that it was because you farted and you burped a lot. And so Brandy was like, okay, interesting. I'm going to go ask about that. She goes and asks Jess, and Jess says, no, that's not what happened. We were talking about your farting and burping. Lacey wanted to say, oh, do you want to date a woman named Blowjob? And so now Brandy's pissed. She understands that it's definitely Lacey who's doing the lying here. And she says she wants to take a hockey stick and shove it up Heather and Lacey's asses.
Ouch.
Yeah.
that would hurt. Am I not on Heather's side? Like, I still think Heather's gonna win, but like the fact that she's still siding with Lacey so much, I'm just like,
it's the final two.
I know that it might still be the final two, but I don't know. Do I like Brandy more? Like, I don't know.
If she drags Lacey,
dunked on? Yeah.
If she drags Lacey to the end, do you think Heather wins in it, like, automatically?
Yes.
Okay. What about Heather versus Brandy M?
I think Brandy moved up quite a bit. I think that Brett enjoyed this date with her. I think it was fun. They looked like they were dating. Like it didn't look like it didn't look out of place and stiff or anything like that. They did look like they were a couple. So
yeah. So Sam is also in the bathroom crying, and Brett's gonna come in and talk to her. This is what I'm saying. New York would have weaponized this moment. She's in the bathroom crying. She's doing it loud. Flav, you just don't. I just love you. They all hate you. But Sam's in there, and she's talking about how she can't take being here, and things are getting tough. And Brett's like, no, just come here. She's crying in his arms, and he says she's kind of bipolar right now. And I thought, why are you saying that? Why is she bipolar? Because you thought she was having a good day, and now she's having a bad day, or is now that she's told you that she's had some mental health struggles, and she uses Prozac. Now all of a sudden we're throwing her the bipolar diagnosis. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said I don't know how I felt about that, Chantele. What am I being too woke?
I don't think you're being too woke. I think it's the fact that he started talking about this after the Prozac comment is where we take issue. Like if he was just saying like she's bipolar, never any talks about her mental health being in question. It just could be a description that's in poor taste, but now it's actually really in poor taste with the fact that like, he's commenting on her actual mental health state. So I don't particularly love it. Yeah, but we don't die.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, don't do that. Yeah, we don't like that. By the elimination, Heather is not nervous. She says she's good here. Brandy says it's getting intense, and Lacey is, because the rest of the girls, their biggest critique about Lacey was that she's insincere, and that concerns Brett because he's starting to suspect that maybe Lacey is the one causing the turmoil in the house. Now, Brett, what could have possibly led you to believe that Lacey, of all people, would be stirring the pot here? It's almost like every single girl in the house not named Heather has told you this exact same thing, probably multiple times at this point.
Yeah, I think he's probably been told by the producers sorry, bro, you got to keep her around. And so I think he's just being purposefully obtuse here around the Lacey of it all.
Gotta be. So when it's time to pass out the passes, the first pass goes to Brandy M. He says, I have a very, this woman has very special sexual qualities. And for beer and hot dogs, I'm picking Brandy M. Now, Brett is clearly very aware of the blowjob Brandy.
Do you think she might have given him a blowjob that we just don't know about on the stage?
Well, Heather actually says Brandy only wants to say, though, so that she can give him a blowjob. Hence the name Blowjob Brandy. And so I don't know, Chantele, you're saying maybe she did give him a blowjob. And Heather's saying no, maybe that's the goal.
It could also be the allure of the nickname. And if she's not mad about the nickname, it's probably because she has some good accolades surrounding it. So
yeah, she's like, whatever. Praise. Like you said, there are worse things to be called than Blowjob Brandy.
And she's embracing it. So I think I'm sure it turns Brett on.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether or not she did it in real life or not, who knows? But yeah, I think the name, he likes it.
Heather says she's up next, and she says it's no surprise because her and Brett are actually friends, and they are compatible. She said we're just alike. We're the perfect pair. Jess gets the third backstage pass, and he says she really stepped up and showed him the emotion he needs. But Lacey is not a fan of Jess. She says she's too young, she's immature, and she's a prude. So Lacey doesn't see it for Jess. You're smiling over there, Chantele. What did you find your photo?
I found the picture. I found the photo.
Okay.
This is me at I think 21, maybe 22.
Okay. Baby
on
Chantele.
The bus.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Chantele. That's for the audio listeners. Chantele is having the time of her life on this bus.
Do I have a tongue ring? Yes, I do have a tongue ring.
With the tongue ring, okay. Just living young and wild and free.
that was my crew, my girls that we hung out for 3 weeks on the bus.
That's crazy stuff that you do when you're in your 20s. Obviously, it's just a good time. We always get the pictures to look back on. So Mia gets the next pass, and to that I say I don't know why. I'm still not sure. We went through another episode where there was Mia and Chantele, tell me 4 things about Mia.
Like, who's Mia? Oh, she has long, straight black hair.
Okay. Yeah. I got nothing.
I guess almost trying to remember a challenge that she was. Yeah, she won one of the dates. I think it was last week. I don't remember what they did.
She shot the gun.
She shot the gun.
Yeah, crickets. That's it. We got nothing here. Okay, so
how's she here now? Like, give us Brandy C. F Mia.
Right, he says I still want to get to know you more, and we said yes, Brett. Yes, we too would like to get. Why haven't you asked this woman a question about herself? Then we get to Brett's instant connection. He said, I had an instant connection with this person, but they have emotions that they can't keep contained that cause some great and some horrific things. Of course, he is talking about Lacey, who Brandy M will go on to call an evil devil. But Lacey is feeling victorious because she thought these women were trying to get her out, but she's here to stay.
She is here to stay. I think that's the producers sorry, man. Like, you got to keep her. We're making a TV show here. So she knows she's staying till the end, unless it's going to be a really dramatic exit. Like, why would you keep Mia or whatever and get rid of Lacey? Like, that just is not going to happen. So Lacey's here to the end because she is the one that's stirring the pot the most.
Yeah. And here's a picture of Mia. I think it's fine. You almost described her.
I guess her hair is more dark brown than black. But
yeah, I was like, I don't think we named one thing about her. She shot the gun. She shot the gun for sure. So it comes down to Sam and Magdalena. And Magdalena actually gets called down first. But when Brett does it, he says, I'm going to miss you. And her tour ends up ending here. In the end, he says his life is about passion and excitement, but there isn't any of that between him and Magdalena. And she appreciated him for not wasting his time. This just doesn't seem like the competition for her.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. She didn't enjoy herself. One thing though, I don't remember when it was happening, was when they're sucking the helium. Is that happening? Was that like an outro, or was that in
Yeah,
the
it's an
actual
outro.
episode? Oh, so it happened after this. But I did wish that we'd heard Magdalena do it a little bit more, because I would like to hear her voice higher, just to see what that would sound like. Just because she has, like, I have a low voice, so I'm not trying to knock her having a low voice, but I just would like to hear what it sounds like to her being, like, she just did it for like 1 second and it didn't really sound like I could hear like the helium of it all. But that's something that I think was a missed opportunity, to hear her talk more with helium.
Yeah, for sure. Because she gave us some good sound bites in the first episode. She was cutting like everybody else, and then by the time we going on, I think she just kind of fell into the background. Lacey and Heather are really dominating the screen time here. Sam gets the last pass, and Brett says, "So I don't go crazy, and so you don't go crazier. Let's take it day by day." And I said, "So you don't go crazier again, Brett?" The Prozac, the crazy, the bipolar. I'm not a fan. I don't like it. Like, look, but if like you said, without the context of the Prozac, I'm like, fine, I could deal with that. But it seemed like all this is happening in the same episode, because I don't think he's ever talked about her like this prior.
Exactly. It's pretty distasteful, unfortunately, and yeah, I wouldn't want my boyfriend being like, "Oh yeah, she's crazy," or, "Oh yeah, she's on Prozac." Oh yeah, like, I would never want him to be speaking to me about me like that. And so, in such a flippant, like, putting me down kind of way. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now look, we've seen this done by the contestants and by the leads as well. You know, Flavor said some wild things about not the women. Some wild things about the women, not so much about the women that he did choose, but New York has caught some strays from Flay for sure. But then at the same time, Flay, New York was letting Tango have it. You know what I'm saying? She Ninja Turtle this, your mom is ugly that, just doesn't feel like something that would keep a relationship going after the season is over.
True. True.
Yeah.
Lacey here in the chat is I guess she's figured it out.
Yeah,
right?
distasteful is the best way to describe the early 2000s in general. It was just a different time, right? It was a different time. I'm not going to excuse either behavior, but the behavior was normalized at the very least.
What would they call somebody that would call out this distasteful behavior? Like, no, like nowadays we have like Karens, or like the woke police, or there's certain things that we call people that call out things, or act a certain way.
I don't know if there was a culture for that back then, but I do know that the women in this show that didn't want to get on the pole, they were easily called like prude and boring and stuff like that. So maybe this was like the exciting way of like describing people back then, was like, oh yeah, if you were able to get out there and give people the nasty reads and stuff. Snowflake is new as well, as far as like people who kind of like take offense to things. I think that's a new one as well. Yeah, but I don't think it was as much as, or at least maybe I wasn't on the right side of history at the time, so I don't know what those people were getting called. Maybe I was one of the people calling them stuff.
So I think I figured out the person that I'm thinking that Mia reminds me of, and it was one of my trainers at the airline. I don't know if this is the best picture, but it's the first picture I could find of her.
Okay.
I think it's her that it's like, I know you from somewhere. Because they kind of a similar kind of face vibe, you know what I mean?
I can see it.
If you don't know either of them very well, and you just, like you see them very rarely,
We've definitely seen Mia very rarely. I've probably seen your trainer as much as I've seen Mia in this season. But Chantele, Brett says it's going to get more difficult moving forward, because this is the official sexy 6. 6 women down. 6 women left. And only one winner coming up on this season. So we will have to come back next week, or depending on what, I don't know what your travel schedule's like.
Back
but yeah,
on Saturday, I'll be back.
Yeah, okay. So next Sunday we'll be back again to talk about Not Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, episode 7. As we whittle this down to the final 5. And so, Chantele, do you have anything else to add about this episode before we wrap this up?
Nothing to add. It's always a fun time. Matt said there was a lot of clippable moments. So like if anybody wants to clip them and send them to us and so we can make some posts, that would be super fun. Yeah, like I love talking about the show. I love the stories that it brings out. I love hearing more about you in the context of these shows. I think it's hilarious. Like we're getting to know each other through this universe. And I think that's pretty amazing. So
yeah,
thanks.
I agree. We've been podcasting almost consistently, relatively consistently for over a year now. And we'd gone from like basically never having a podcast together to covering Pop the Balloon. We did the Traders as well. And now we're on to this. And this has been 4 different seasons as well. So, good old time here over on the Recap Kickback. But Chantele, tell everybody else what you're working on between now and, this next meeting. You got to talk about RapCon a little bit.
Ooh, yes, I will be at RapCon. I'll be there on Wednesday through to Saturday. So I'll be doing all the fun podcaster things. I'll be around to chat. Like I'm here to have a good time. So yes, if you're going to be going, find me. I will be there the whole time. It'll be me and Matt and most of the other podcasters, except for Shaps over here is not able to make it, unfortunately. We'll have to make sure that he is having the most possible FOMO ever. So we will be sending photos and videos and making sure that he wishes that he were in Milwaukee with us. So that's coming up this Wednesday. Also, I'm not sure if I'll be able to find a time to do it, but I have been covering on my channel, Realnesss with 3 S's. The challenge. So season 42 of the challenge. It's been a pretty good season so far, even though I don't love everybody that's been booted. I do like the season on a whole so far. So we'll try to find a time to recap that, but we should be doing a watch party, I believe on Wednesday at some point at RapCon. So myself, Scally, Brian Cohen, I think Matt Ligori, I think Kirsten and Mari might be watching it right now as well. Whoever's watching the challenge right now are going to kind of get together, watch an episode. I believe we're going to do this on Wednesday, and then we'll have like a live little chat about the episode after. So we'll figure out when. That should be in the Podcasters Lounge on Wednesday at some time. That's all I got coming up.
All right. Make sure you follow Chantele at Realnesss with 3 S's. And then make sure you keep up with Recap Kickback, recapkickback.com/subscribe, youtube.com/@recapkickback. And then make sure you follow at Recap Kickback on all social media platforms for Chantele and for the chat. Thank y'all all for joining us here, watching us live, joining the conversation, and tuning in every week to our Flavor of Love Cinematic Universe Kickback here on recapkickback.com. We will talk to you all next week after RapCon. Take care, everybody. Peace.
I've been trapped behind Suave Maria, isolated like it's North Korea. Smaller city with some bigger dreams. The wall is cracked, I'm looking in between it. The world is yours, but man, I gotta see it. They say it's hard, but man, I gotta see it. The air I'm breathing can't feel my chest. Wait on life, I wanna hold my breath. I'ma get in my goddamn self.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
Cozy season is ahead, and you'll be spending way more time inside. Is your home ready? Don't worry. With Wayfair, you can upgrade your space without breaking the bank. Score up to 70% off during their Labor Day clearance on furniture, area rugs, mattresses, and more. Plus, surprise flash deals you can't miss. Whether it's one room or the whole house, Wayfair has pieces for every style and budget.
Shop Wayfair's Labor Day clearance now through September 7th at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Athletic Brewing Company crafts award-winning non-alcoholic beers for those who want to be part of every round. With over 185 flavor awards, they're exceptional NA beers that fit your lifestyle and any social occasion. Summer's full of good times, and Athletic fits right in. Go to athleticbrewing.com to have brews delivered to your door, or find them at a bar, restaurant, or store near you. Near beer. Athletic Brewing Company. Fit for all times.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry. Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable. From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces, ready to be engraved with your summer mantra. Each design moves with you, from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between. Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection, in-store or online at pandora.net, and let your summer unfold.
The most memorable gifts aren't found, they're made. Zazzle is a custom marketplace where you pick any product, a mug, a card, a tote, a phone case, and make it personal. A photo, a name, an inside joke. The kind of gift that actually fits the person. That's what 30 million customers have been coming back to Zazzle for over 20 years to find. Right now, save 25% on your first order at Zazzle.com. That's Zazzle.com. Make it Zamazing.